Hey folks, Crazy Collaborator here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Princess Clara Daisakusen. This is also known as Kurara Daisakusen. And Kurara is a portmanteau of Princess Kurara, or the Japanese saying of Clara. But this was created by a company called Atlus, who created the Power Instinct series and licensed to Sega, and it ran on Sega hardware. I can't remember if it's Model 2 or what it is, probably Model 2. But this was suggested by YouTube user Commander QUUHOD, and this is a very cutesy 3D, 3/4 perspective adventure game, and it's cute. It's enjoyable, and you can choose from 3 different characters. One of them is Princess Clara, or Kurara, or Kurara, and she is a young witch who can change into an older version of herself if she picks up a certain amount of power-ups. And she was actually debuting in Power Instinct 2. She was in that game. And you can also choose her sister, Kirara, and you can choose a dog. It's actually a human in his dog form. But you can choose from any of those 3 characters. And this game has a lock fire feature. You can face one direction and hold down the fire button and you'll shoot rapid fire. And you can move your character around while you're holding down the fire button, and they'll still shoot in that same direction, which is a very, very helpful feature. And here is her secondary form. With enough of those power-ups, she can change into a rollerskating large version of herself. And that version is invincible, but it only lasts for, 10 seconds or so. But this is a cute game. I kind of like it. Like I said, the gal in red, that's Princess Clara. She appeared in Power Instinct 2 as a playable character. And there's her and the dog, and then her sister, Kirara. And that there is the queen of some land, Miracle World. And her world has been attacked by the evil Scrap Empire, and they're turning the citizens into animals. And there's also robots and stuff that can turn into animals when you destroy them. And the animals can be collected for extra points. Scoring is pretty nice in this game. You can get some nice points. There will be crystals that you can collect by either destroying them enough. Well, there's crystals on pedestals. Note that you can deflect the enemy shots with your hammer. Each enemy has like a hammer, or each character that you can choose has either a hammer, or they have, or if you choose the dog, they can whack something with their paw. But that hammer is stronger than the shot. And as you get power-ups, you can get better shot. And here you can hit these characters with the hammer, and their explosion can take out other enemies. But collecting crystals now will give you a bonus when you beat the boss at the end of the level. There's all sorts of cute animals. There's panda bears, there's like foxes, there's birds, there's ducks, there's turtles, there's penguins. But that rapid fire feature, being able to move while you're holding down the fire, is very, very useful. Right now, notice that you have a helper with you, and it's just an egg. But as you advance further in levels, that egg will grow into like a fairy and other forms that will be much more useful, and they'll be able to shoot along with you at the enemies. Here you got to jump on this platform here and float off to the enemy, the first boss. And you just have to destroy all those black things there, and you can do it quicker with your hammer. Oops. And there's these spider things that roam about. And you hit it enough and you'll destroy it. And you just have to destroy all of them. You do not have to fight the spider things. Just destroy all these little things here. Yeah, notice you have a life meter in hearts, and when those hearts run out, you lose a life. And you only have 2. This is weird. They fall down, they come back up, and they fall down again. You don't have to fight them. And oftentimes, the boss, when defeated, will spit out a bunch of animals that you can collect for points. You get a bonus for your time remaining for the animals you've collected, and for all the gems that you've collected, or jewels. It says option grow up. Now your secondary or your helper will become much more useful on the next level. We go on to World 2. There are 5 worlds to beat, or areas, or whatever you want to call them. There's cheesecake you can collect. Yeah, sometimes when you release animals from certain things that you destroy, or enemies that you destroy, sometimes they'll wander off the platform, and you presumably to their death. Yeah, now I've got a fairy, and the fairy will fire shots. When I fire shots, well, she fires hearts. Collect a duck there. And there will be boxes you can destroy, or crates you can destroy, all sorts of things that you can destroy, and maybe they'll have bonus items inside. Most likely they will. Sometimes there will be enemies in there, so watch out. Then when you get close to some enemies, they'll explode and scatter shots everywhere, so watch out. But yeah, there are 5 levels to beat. There's endings for each different character. And like I said before, when you collect enough certain items, you'll be able to change into a alternate version of yourself that's more powerful, excuse me, or that's invincible for a short time. I had definitely never heard of this. I'm pretty sure this was Japan only. But it does have a Sega Saturn release, and that was shown on the at the beginning of this video. The cover. I couldn't find a flyer or cabinet or whatever of the arcade game, so I had to use the Sega Saturn cover. But like I said, Princess Clara herself, right here in red, she debuted in Power Instinct 2 as a playable character, and she can change into her older self, just like she does in this game. But she's just a happy-go-lucky witch with a mace or a wand, and her sister Kirara is also a selectable character in this game, and their last name is Apricot, apparently. And they are sisters of the Queen of Miracle World. And her boyfriend is the dog character that you can play as. He's much more dangerous in his dog form, although you can change back into the human form once you collect the right amount of icons. That'll change him into that, and then you have limited invincibility with him. You use the magic power. Yeah, there's X amount of magic powers you can use. Your fairy or whoever's with you will use a magic spell. And now we face the boss, Sky Lady. That first boss was easy. From now on, they get much tougher. They can take a long, long time to kill. Yeah, notice that Clara's firepower is stronger. It gets better as you progress through the levels. This boss shoots missiles and fires from its machine gun and shoots lasers and stuff. It's fairly hard if you're new to this game. And there's another spell. We'll look at all the 3 characters you can choose from, and we'll look at all their levels and their alternate forms that they can change into when they get the right power-ups. But yeah, when you see those crystal balls on those pedestals, destroy them, and you'll likely get something to power up your weapon, or give you more magic spells, or to build you towards being able to change into your other form. Yeah, again, the bosses spew out animals you can collect for extra points. Yeah, there's ducks and baby ducks and raccoons and panda bears and stuff. It's cute. Now we move on to the third area. Yeah, I don't read Japanese particularly well. I probably read it better than the average American, but the endings are in Japanese, and I can't read very much of it at all. But yeah, notice that your helper is now an angel, and her shots are bigger and more powerful, and so are the spells that she can cast. And again, you have limited spells. Hope your week's going okay. The weekend's almost here. Just one more day. There's another... yeah, sometimes you'll come across those giant eggs, and when you destroy them, they'll release a bunch of baby chicks that you can collect for more points. And you get bonus multipliers for collecting a bunch of animals in a row. And again, some of them will just walk right off the edge of the platform, presumably to their death. And like I said before, we'll look at the other characters, at least for a little bit. I had never heard of this game until MAME came along. Yeah, I noticed that I filled up that meter on the top left, and I'm filling it up again quickly. That'll increase the power of your shot, I believe. when we get to the end of this hallway, the boss is kind of hard. He's this big snake thing that spews out flame and bashes the walls and makes ceiling tiles fall on you. But yeah, remember that you've got rapid fire. We'll use a angel spell there. You've got rapid fire, and you can just point in one direction, hold down the fire button, and move your character around and fire in that same direction, which is a very, very helpful feature in this game. I'm not usually a big fan of the 3D 3/4 perspective type of game. It just feels awkward to me. I remember seeing that for the first time in Zaxxon when it hit the arcades, and I was kind of confused. I could not get used to it. That is one game that I've never been any good at. It's just very hard. Notice that you are typed. Do not screw around collecting all the bonuses that you can. Oops. Gotta continue. And I think I chose the dog this time around. Yep. But yeah, his name is Gray. And his real form is a human. And he is the boyfriend of the Queen of Miracle World. And here's that snake I was telling you about. Judgment, they call it. Graphics got kind of screwed up in the game here. Your assistant can't be heard. Oops. I think at some point I put on invincibility or infinite life or something. See, he breaks the ceiling tiles by bashing his head against the wall, and then he'll do like a strike at you. And he'll also spit out flame. Something I forgot to mention. We'll skip forward to me beating his first form. Yes, he has a second form. You can never fall off the edge in this game. Don't worry. In his second form, the only difference is it can now shoot lasers at you. It does all the same things that the first form did. We'll scoot forward to me beating it. It says world map at the top. I don't know a whole lot of Japanese. I've studied some. I can read katakana, which is actually not that hard to learn. I don't think it is. But hiragana is much tougher, and kanji is such a pain in the butt. Here's his other form, his human form. He can shoot these big old fireballs. But he's only invincible for 10 seconds, then he changes back, so use it quick, move forward as fast as you can. Yeah, destroy those crystals on those pedestals. They're definitely going to have something that you need. Sometimes they'll have 1-ups, and they'll be in the form of a Princess Clara doll or something. Next boss, and it's a crab buried in ice. Death Scissor. But there is only one stage after this. This is a cute game. I kind of like it. And the characters you can choose are Princess Clara, Kurara, Princess Kirara, and Ray, the dog, is in dog form when you play with him. we'll scoot forward to me beating the crab, and the crab also spits out enemies or animals for you to collect for bonus points. Now here's the last level. We'll look at the endings for each character. It's all in Japanese, so I'm afraid I can't really read it for you or tell you what's going on. I put on infinite energy here just so I can get through the game quicker. Scoot forward. Some more cheesecake. If you're a fan of cheesecake, but have never had New York style cheesecake, you do not know what you're missing. That is some seriously good stuff. Definitely gotta try that stuff. It's excellent. Got these little slime things that follow you around. Then we'll scoot forward a little bit to the last boss of the game. Trying to remember what it's called. Flash the All? What in the hell? Okay then. But you have to destroy various parts of him. You have to destroy both hands, I believe, and his face. And even then, he's not dead. So, scooting forward, once you do all that, then he has like a little claw hand that you have to face, yeah. Even though he spits out the animals after his body dies, you still have to face his clawed hand. Those little slimes that attack him, he has a protective shield sometimes. But once you destroy him, it's game over and you get a ending for your character. Here is Gray's ending, and again he's the boyfriend of the princess right there, or the queen right there. The queen's name is Urara. Big old dog tongue, and then he changes to his human form. And I guess he said something to piss her off because she slaps him. Bako. What? We'll look at the credits later on. I want you to see the ending of each character, and here's Princess Kurara's ending, the Princess Clara. Apparently she's crazy, the queen. She says, "Oh ho 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 ho," or something about something, and they're confused as to why she's acting the way she is. But anyway, let's look at Princess Kirara, her ending. And again, the princess's last name is Apricot. Weird. That was Princess Clara Daisakusen, also known as Kurara Daisakusen, created by Atlus in 1996 and licensed to Sega, and ran on, I think, like Sega Model 2 hardware or something. And here is the ending credits. Kind of a cute game. We'll also look at don't think we looked at Princess Kirara's large form. Maybe we did. No, I don't think we did. We'll look at that in a little bit. We'll look through the ending credits here first. But again, that is Princess Clara Daisakusen, also known as Kurara Daisakusen, by Atlus and licensed to Sega in 1996. And Princess Clara debuted in Power Instinct 2, fighting game by Atlus. The dog's name is Gray. Don't know what he's drinking there. Perhaps it's wine. That is Gray's human form. But this was suggested by YouTube user Commander QUUHOD, and I'd never heard of this game before until I think he mentioned it. But still taking requests. If you got any more, let me know, and I'll try to get to your game when I can. But yeah, we'll look at yeah, there's we'll look, in case we didn't look at it already, there's Clara's second form. He's on roller skates. And then here's Kirara's secondary form. She's also on roller skates. You get limited invincibility. She's got a cool one. She's got like a bazooka or something. But that was Princess Clara Daisakusen by Atlus in 1996 and licensed to Sega and ran on Sega hardware. Well, this is Crazy Calamity saying thanks for watching Princess Clara Daisakusen, and I will catch you later in the future with another video. I hope you have a great upcoming weekend, folks. Take it easy. Bye-bye.